Hare Krishna. So Krishna is speaking about those people or those personalities whose vision is very clear. They are able to see things as they are. And here, after speaking Shloka number 31, he made it very clear that those people who are able to see that how the soul and super soul are expanded everywhere and their different identities due to different material bodies. So this is something which they avoid because they understand that there is no different identity as such, it's only different bodies. Such people attain Brahman conception. Now the question is that what is the vision of the person who has attained Brahman conception? So this Krishna is answering in Shloka number 32. Anaditva nirgunatvat paramatmayam avyayah sharirastopi kaunteya na karoti na lipyate. So now Krishna is saying that those people with the vision of eternity can see, means the people with Brahman vision, they can see. What they can see? They can see that imperishable soul is Param Atma Ayam Avyayah. That is, the soul is transcendental. The soul is Avyayah. It cannot be destroyed. And then Anaditvat is eternal, beginningless. Nirgunatvat, he is beyond the modes of material nature because he is spiritual. Sharira sthaha api kaunteya na karoti na lipyate. O Kaunteya, O Arjuna, Sharira sthaha, despite contact with the material body, Sharira, what happens? The soul na karoti. The soul does not do anything. He still remains a non-doer. And na lipyate, he is not entangled. So here, basically it is said the person with Brahman vision, he can understand and he can see that the soul is transcendental, the soul is eternal, and the soul is beyond the three modes of material nature. The soul is in touch with the material body, but still the soul is not entangled and the soul remains the non-doer. So here, the important concept about soul is given. Let's discuss few points to understand this. A living entity appears to be born because of the birth of the material body, but actually the living entity is eternal. He is not born, and in spite of his being situated in a material body, he is transcendental and eternal. So here we need to understand that we don't take birth. We never take birth. Then who takes birth? It's only the body that takes birth. If suppose every year everyone celebrates their birthday and they say that how old are you? And then we say XYZ number. But the fact is that we as eternal spirit soul, we are beginningless. So whenever someone is asking us what is your birth date, then we should say infinity plus whatever. Because we are eternal. So there is no point that we can tell, oh, I took birth at this time. So what is taking birth? The body is taking birth. So the body takes birth, so body is very small. And with time the body keeps growing and growing and growing. And finally, from boyhood to youthhood to old age, the body keeps growing. And finally the body dwindles. But the soul, the living entity, he remains constant throughout this journey where the body is growing and after some time dwindling. And finally, the body is left by the soul. So body is assumed, or the body is supposed to be dead at that particular point of time. In this way, we understand who takes birth. It is the body that takes birth and not the spirit soul. Spirit soul is unborn. It never takes birth. It's like Krishna and all the living entities, they eternally exist. This is what is the concept that has to be understood here. And also, it is said that in spite of being situated in a material body, he is transcendental and eternal. Thus, he cannot be destroyed. See, the material body is destroyed, but the soul is never destroyed. This has to be very clear. Sometimes people have this misconception, oh, when the body is destroyed, the soul is also destroyed. No, it's not so. When the body is destroyed, only body is destroyed. Soul remains intact. In second chapter, we saw very clearly, Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakah, na chainam kledayantyapo, na shoshayati marutah. Soul cannot be destroyed by a weapon, by fire, wind, water, whatever. Soul cannot be destroyed. It's not possible at all. Body will be destroyed. So even when the soul is in the body, how come that the body is getting destroyed but soul is not getting destroyed? Because here the soul, spirit soul, is on the higher platform because it's superior energy of the Lord, it's spiritual. And when it comes to the body, it is the material energy of the Lord and it is inferior. So one thing we have to understand is the spirit soul is always higher than the body, the material body. So material body can never catch the spirit soul. Never ever the material body can hold the spirit soul. It is the spirit soul who is attached to the body. So anything happens to the body, it does not affect the spirit soul. The body can be burnt, the body can be drowned, but the spirit soul can never be burnt or drowned or withered away. So this is the point that we need to understand in this particular context, where it is very clearly mentioned that the soul is transcendental, it cannot be touched by matter, and it's eternal. It cannot be destroyed at any time. By nature he is blissful. Now this is also very clear to us because our nature is Sachidananda Vigraha. We are Sat, Chit and Ananda. We are eternal. Chit is full of bliss, full of knowledge, and Ananda is full of bliss. So that's the reason we see every single person on this planet, not just this planet, in all the 14 planetary systems, everyone is in search of happiness. Why? Because that's our nature. It's our nature to be happy all the time. So everyone is searching for happiness. But unfortunately, the place where we are searching happiness is called as Dukkhalayam. A place full of misery. And in that we are searching, oh, where can I get happiness? Where can I get happiness? So in this way, we understand that it is full of bliss. He does not engage himself in any material activities. Therefore, the activities performed due to his contact with material bodies do not entangle him. So on the platform of soul, let's try to understand. So on the platform of soul, soul is not doing any material activity. Soul is spiritual. How can it do material activity? But now the problem is, the soul is identifying with the body. To such an extent, we can say the soul becomes the body. That is, the soul is so close and it's so attached, so much affection for the body that it's almost like soul has become body. Soul and body are one. It's almost like that. So because of this, what happens? Because the soul is attached to the body so much, anything happens to the body, soul gets involved. Because it is so attached to the body. So here it is very clearly said that soul is always aloof from the material activities. Body does the material activities. And due to that, there is entanglement that happens. Karma and then the reaction for it. Action, reaction, action, reaction. So when it comes to this action and reaction, all this is happening because the soul is completely attached to the body. Whatever happens to the body, soul is just taking it, either enjoying or suffering. This is what exactly is happening with all of us who are conditioned in this material world to be in this body. We are embodied souls. This is what is the word that is used technically. So that's how it is very clearly mentioned that soul is eternal, it is transcendental, it is beyond three modes of material nature. It cannot be touched by three modes of material nature. But the body is under three modes of material nature. So when the soul starts identifying with the body, then the soul also comes under three modes of material nature. Ideally speaking, soul will never come under three modes of material nature. But now the soul is like so much identifying with the body that it also starts feeling that it is under three modes of material nature. So in this way, soul is there in the body, but still it remains a non-doer and still it remains unentangled because it is spirit, it is not matter. Now after having said this, now there are a few more things that is mentioned here. That if the jiva is situated in the body, if the soul is situated in the body, then how is it that it is not contaminated by its qualities? This answer Krishna is going to give in the next shloka, shloka number 33. Let's see that in the next video. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,